Well. What do we have here today? Phil's dropped their fourth in a row. They were swept out of the bank today by those Milwaukee Brewers. It was a 3-run seventh inning that did the Phillies in. And I'll tell you what, man, I don't know. I don't know. Like, to me, uh, the only good news I think about today is that we heard Taiwan Walker is going back to the pen. Mick Abel will be up Thursday for his second start for the Phillies this year. This is abysmal. This offense is abysmal. Trey Turner, again, I know he had the RBI double, but it led to nothing. This guy needs to not be leading off. Like, I don't care if they have a left-handed pitcher, a right-handed pitcher. Take him out of the leadoff spot. He's not a leadoff hitter. Too many times today, swinging at the first pitch. Alec Bohm. You had Alec Bohm in the 3-hole today. Are you serious? Two guys who shouldn't be in nowhere near that top part of the lineup is him and JT Realmuto, which, by the way, JT at least had an RBI today. What a wasted effort by Ranger Suarez. It was a wasted effort because you mean to tell me after the second inning you could not get no runs? Jose Quintana was just god awful. He was all over the place. And yet the Phillies, as they always do, make outs. They make a pitcher look a lot better than what he was. Totals today for these guys. I mean, it's mind-boggling. It really, truly is mind-boggling right now. Ranger today, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, no walks. Right? I mean, this is something that, no walks, but only 2 strikeouts. He was off as well. Like I said, big inning came with Orion Kirkering today. He just struggled. He was struggling bad. So before we jump in to what happened here, I'm going to go take some of your comments. Star Wars saying this was a disappointing sweep. Yeah, if you're on the opposite end of a sweep, Star Wars, it would definitely be disappointing. But this whole series was just weird. Like, really, after the second game of the doubleheader, which now I am 9-5 now. I have had my 2 straight losses now. So Steve's going to have to try to break the schneid up on on Tuesday night when the Phils go into Toronto. With that being said, I mean, if you're looking at it, again, guys, news, if you did not hear, that Taiwan Walker will be going to the bullpen, and Mick Abel will be taking his spot in the rotation. So Mick will be going there on Thursday to start in the series finale against those Toronto Blue Jays. So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, if you're looking at this right now, just looking at today's games, I don't even have who they have as the probables here. They don't even have the probables yet for Tuesday, so we will have to wait and see what happens. Again, guys, their offense is horrible. Their offense was horrible. They were held literally to 6 hits today. And Milwaukee had 9 hits today. They scored 5 runs. Your totals right now, Milwaukee 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Phillies 2 runs on 6 hits and 2 costly errors. Again, today I am going to get on this game. This game, Trey Turner, to me, is not a leadoff guy. I've been saying it all year. The Phillies have an excellent record with Bryson Stott as their leadoff guy, and yet they had him batting 7th in this whole series. Put Bryson Stott back up at the top of the lineup where the Phillies were like 15-4 with him up top. It's mind-boggling. You're going to continue. This is the definition of insanity, okay? And I'm sorry. I'm tired of Alec Bohm. Like, I know he's only in there because, Harper's hurt right now and he's playing first. But You know, I would rather. I want to be honest with you. I want to move on from him. He's just sickening at the plate. I mean, I know Al brought his numbers up that he's up to 270 now, but the guy doesn't get a big hit. He doesn't get a big hit at all. He's one of those guys that'll rake and produce when he is not when the pressure's not on him. He's not a pressure guy. And we noticed that last year, the second half of last year. When we needed Alec Boehm to come through for us in the second half last year, he didn't. I mean, everything. Look at last year's postseason. Last year's postseason says it all. The dude got benched in the postseason. How do you go from representing your team in the All-Star game to being benched in the postseason? Because they could not have you in this lineup. And it's carried on through this year. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest of Bone guys. I don't care. It's time for Otto Kemp to come up. This kid is just sitting down in AAA raking, and I'm tired. Like I said this morning, I am tired of the Phillies sitting on these, sitting on these prospects like they're, like they're like, oh no, they're untouchable. They can't be brought up. I mean, how do you know what you got until you bring them up? I mean, I know between this network and the old network, I've been calling for Mick Abel for at least 2 years now. So is Matty B. Between him and Painter. I'm sorry. Like, these guys, this weekend, they just look like they were lifeless. And I'm sorry, the offense looks lifeless again. Castellanos being your 4-hole hitter. I'm sorry. And I'm a Casty guy. But he's been swinging at some junk. I mean, Ranger Suarez has made it to the 7th inning his last 4 starts. Okay? 4 starts. And he should have made it to the 7th. If he would have gotten, he was 3 outs away from going to the 7th this time. Again, since last week, I'm telling you, all of last week, these Philly starters have been putrid. All of them. They have been putrid. The last good game we got from a starter was 5 days ago. It was 5 days ago when Ranger Suarez last started. I mean, this is crazy to sit here and believe. Last Tuesday against the Atlanta Braves, that was the last, this past Tuesday, that was the last time that we had a decent start from our pitching staff. Every one of these starters this week looked horrible. Christopher Sanchez has looked horrible for a month. You're going to get the same line. He has given you the same line literally in his last 4 starts. Between 5 1/3 and 5 2/3 innings, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Giving up between 2 to 3 runs. That's been his line the last 4 starts. Okay? I'm sorry. Zach Wheeler, oddly enough, did not have a good outing. Taijuan Walker, he is what he is. We already know. We've been waiting for the wheels to come off now. It just took a little bit longer. Now he's going to go into the pen, and they're going to bring Mick Abel up. Another thing I don't agree with either is this thing with Painter. Kid's throwing great ball. Now you want to shut him down away after the All-Star game. Why? We need you. We need him here now. You got, you're basically your number 2 is messed up in the head, and you don't know when he's coming back. So, yeah, let's take our best pitching prospect, who's really kind of doing great, really doing good up at AAA. Hey, let's sit him down after the All-Star break. It baffles me. It baffles me. It baffles me. It baffles me. It really does. I'm going to get to some of your comments, and then we're going to move on and go over this lackluster offensive game for the Phillies, as they have been all weekend against. They made the Milwaukee Brewers look like, like Milwaukee looked like a well-oiled machine coming in here this weekend. And for you to get swept at home, you got swept at home by a team that, I'm sorry, is not as good as you. But you got to tip your cap, because now as of today, as of going into today, they were 7-3 in their last 10. Well, now they're 8-2 in their last 10 with a sweep here. Let's see what you guys got to say. Star was saying we need Harper back. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, he wasn't lighting the world on fire either. So, just let him get healthy. Hopefully he can. Adam C saying a lot closer game today, but couldn't pull it out. They had the lead. Phillies got 2-0 up on them, and that was it. They just stopped doing what they needed to do to get on. Like Jose Quintana was not sharp today. Was not sharp at all. The Phillies went up there and tried to hack around, and this guy was throwing balls all over the place today. I mean, he had 4 walks. He had 4 walks in 5 innings. He gave up just as many walks as he did hits. Like, Phillies got to be more patient, man, when they're seeing this. And I'm telling you, and Turner's one of them. Turner is one of them. Bohm is another one. Okay? Castellanos, another one. I am calling these guys out. I'm sorry, you're being paid millions of dollars. You're the best at you are one of the best baseball players in the world to be in. You are in the major leagues. And I understand that there's major leaguers on that mound too. But you guys, some of you guys are being paid to produce runs and driving in runs. And I'm sorry, no offense, the RBI machine and home run machine for this team has been Schwarber. And batting him second today, I saw no reason why to do that. I know they had Quintana on the mound, but why? What is going on that they are dropping Bryson Stott all the way down to 7th? I'm sorry. Within the first 5 batters, you got 3 guys who can't hit with runners in scoring position. Yeah, let's move Bone up to 3rd. You know what I mean? Like, no offense, you might as well have Weston Wilson batting 3rd. At least he'll get into one every now and then. And he's another one, Weston Wilson. They better start training that dude to play first base for days when Harper's not going to be out there. If you're not going to bring up Otto Kemp, man, start making Weston Wilson take some plays at first base because he shouldn't be in left field at all. I don't want to see no more experiments with Weston Wilson in left field. You know what I mean? And I'm really starting to get a little annoyed with Trey Turner's glove defense too. Ever since he's come here, he was all glove when he was with the Dodgers and with the Nationals. He comes here, can't play defense all of a sudden. And we're stuck with that cat for another 11 years or 12 years or however long he's been here now. So, what did he sign? A 13-year deal? So, what do we got? Another decade with this dude? Like, give me a break. I think, in all honesty, I think Trey should start learning how to play second base and let Bryson Stott move over to shortstop. I mean, can we be any worse? I mean, Bryson Stott's not going to do what this guy does. Bryson Stott's a damn good fielder. There's some things that just have to be changed here, man. This team, even though I disagreed with Maddie this morning because I don't feel they are the same team. I feel like they kind of upgraded in certain places. People want to talk about, oh, look what Cody Clemens is doing out there. He's in Minnesota, man. Minnesota doesn't have a stacked lineup. He wasn't going to play here like that. There was a big question about whether he was going to make the team coming out of spring training. So they shipped him off. So, this team right now, again, I know it's the ebb and flows of Major League Baseball, but you cannot get swept at home by a team that you are better than. I am sorry. And they are better than the Brewers. But the Brewers came here and they played baseball this weekend. And the Phillies didn't. They were sloppy. Okay? Their starting pitching failed them. Except for today. Ranger today, I'm not going to – this loss is not on Ranger. Okay? It's on the bullpen, the defense, and the offense. The starting pitching was there. He had them guys ground out. He had, 11 ground ball outs today? He was keeping the ball down. This game's definitely not on Ranger Suarez. Weston Wilson needs to be DFA'd. I agree with you. I was surprised he was still here. I thought he had moved on somewhere else. during the offseason. I didn't even know Weston Wilson was still here. Alec Bohm at first sucks. Well, I agree with you, and it's really kind of funny because Alec Bohm came up as a first baseman as he was being developed. I remember watching him in the Futures game, and he played first base in that Futures game. He was a first baseman. So again, Howie got rid of Huff, so maybe he can find a way to get rid of Bohm. Uh, I don't even think Howie can help this team right about now. They're trying to hit home runs and not playing small ball. Yeah, I saw that a lot today. Schwarber probably made the best contact out of anybody, but again, Turner, Bohm, Castellanos, JT was a ground out machine today. Again, even Bryson Stott got a charge into one. All outs though, all loud outs. It really is. To me, it's unreal. And I know Harper's a part of this team, and he's a big part of the team. But God, him being down, you're looking at it, it's crazy. They've won one game, and it was the game he got hurt in. They haven't. Oh, I'm sorry, in the first game of the doubleheader. So they won 2 games with him being out. Look, that team's 2 and now 4 without Harper. It's crazy. What happened to Schwarber batting 4th? I have no idea. I want to know what the hell happened. Who decided to put Alec Bohm at 3rd? Like, really? I'm sorry. Like, Bohm and Weston Wilson are the same player to me. I'm sorry. They are. Bohm's going to get his hits. Weston Wilson's going to get his hits, but neither one of them are going to come through in the clutch. They're the same player. You know what I mean? He said Topper is in need to change the lineup Tuesday to find a better hitter. Man, I'm hoping, Star Wars. I really am. He says, hello, Mick Abel. Mick Abel did good his last start. He definitely did. Why could not Seth Johnson pitch today? I don't know why they didn't go to him. He said Schwarber and JT are the only RBIs. They are. Yes, they are. And I give that to JT. I give that to him. He did get a hit today. But again, overall, body of work in this season, I'm sorry, I can't with JT Realmuto. I can't. He's just been horrible. Bohm has been horrible. And how about Edmundo Sosa? He's kind of cooled off a bit too. I mean, he had a hit as well today, but he's cooled off tremendously. All right, I haven't seen that pop from his bat. It's been all singles with him, and again, not withstanding Johan Rojas. Like, my issue was with this Phillies lineup today. Do not tell me the way Jose Quintana was pitching today, that you could only get up 2 measly runs. Hell, he would have walked in 3 runs if you guys would have been patient. He would have walked in 3 runs. My man was all over the place today. And I don't know how. I know Matty B will be on later on tonight. Maybe you guys tune in and ask him, because he is an umpire. I personally felt like the umpiring was okay on both sides. I know towards the later part of the game, the telecast crew was kind of getting on the umpire a little bit. I thought it was good on both sides, but again, you definitely saw it. I mean, for Jose Quintana, I believe his over and under for today was 3.5 strikeouts, and he went under. But the big one was Ranger. Ranger's over and under for strikeouts was 5.5 before game time, and he was way under. He was 3 under. Like, Ranger's been averaging 6 strikeouts a game, really, for the last 3 starts. He's been putting up 3. I'm sorry, guys, I got an itch in my back here on my shoulder, so I was itching it. But yeah, the last 3 games he's had at least 5 strikeouts or more. So again, this has been just crazy. Don't forget, guys, also, I will be going down on the farm today. So I will be giving you guys a down on the farm report that the one and only Matty B has put together. And I'm sorry, I will give Matty his kudos on this. He works effortlessly to do so. All right, guys, we are going to get into this game. Phillies would open up the scoring in the bottom of the first. JT Realmuto with an RBI single. Trey Turner would come in and score. Fills up 1-0 after one. We go to the bottom of the second. Kyle Schwarber with an RBI single. Bryson Stott would score, putting the Phillies up 2-0. Basically, that's it for the Phillies. They wouldn't score for the rest of the day. Top of the fifth, Churio. This kid has just, Jackson Churio has just literally been killing the Phillies all weekend long. This kid's going to be a stud. Fielder's choice, Ortiz would come in to score, cutting the Phillies lead to 2-1. And then another guy who's been a Philly killer this year, William Contreras, on a throwing error, Durham would come in to score. That would tie the game at that would be in the top of the seventh. He would tie the game at 2-2, and then Bauer would come in, pitch hit a big 2-run double, put them up 5-2, and then the top of the ninth, Terang's RBI single. Ortiz would come around and score his second score of the game, putting Milwaukee up to stay 5-2. Phillies go quietly in the ninth. And that would be your final. So the Brew Crew come into Philadelphia. They break out the brooms, bristle the Phillies' heads. And this here to me is just, I don't understand. I don't get it. Was that Bohm by not a throwing error home to stop a run from scoring? I do not know. I do not know. He said Rhys Hoskins went 0 for 4 today. Yes, he did. And I'll tell you what, I like Rhys, but I think we got to pump the brakes on that one too. With everybody trying to, we need to bring back Rhys Hoskins. No, we don't. Even with his 2 home runs yesterday, I think he's up to 8 home runs now. Yeah, kind of pump the brakes on Rhys there. I think Rhys will be dealt at the trade deadline. If the Phillies bring him back, I mean, really, what could you really bring him back to be? You have your DH and Kyle Schwarber. They're not going to put Rhys in left field. We've already been down this road. They're not going to put him in left field. So where is he going to go? The only thing that I could see them doing, honestly, is they would have to put him at first, move Castellanos to left, and put Harper back in right. Now, my whole thing is this. Do you really want Harper going out midway, like halfway, actually past the halfway point of the season, and now starting to try to play right field after he's been playing first base all year? Because that's all Rhys can do. He can be a first baseman and a DH. We're not going to keep putting Kyle Schwarber in the field, which, by the way, Kyle Schwarber's been taking ground balls at first base. Heard that today. So let's, if Harper's going to be out any significant amount of time more, very well possibly you could be seeing Kyle Schwarber filling in at first base. So I don't know if he's ever played first base before, but so we're saying I like Harper at first. But this is going to be, where's it at? Here we go, guys. This is your lineup for the upcoming series starting Tuesday night. Steve will have the call after game 1 of the Toronto series up in Toronto. Pat Bernard will have game 2 on Wednesday. And yours truly, that's right, I'm actually doing back-to-back. I actually have Thursday and Friday. So I will be on Thursday night with those Toronto Blue Jays. And, of course, game 1 of the weekend series next weekend in Pittsburgh, I will be on Friday as well. Don't forget, make sure you check in, as you saw this morning, make sure you check in with Pat and I and Al as we cover all Philly sports, with P&M in the AM. So make sure you guys tune in. Your Sundays will never be the same. Every Thursday, that's right, Pat is the Bugs Bunny of It's a Wrap Sports. He is everywhere. He's like a rash. But him and Steve Fuentes, as he likes to say, will be got you covered with the Union. And right now, they're the hottest team in Major League Soccer. Friday nights at 10:30, Pat is at it again. He gives his bozo takes on what's going on with the ins and outs of Philly sports. And I say bozo takes with all tongue in cheek. Pat is one of the hardest working dudes that you guys will get to see and know here on It's a Wrap Sports Network. And of course, that's right, the boss himself, that's right, Matty B, he will be on tonight at 10 o'clock, Sunday through Thursday. That's right, the final word. So make sure before you lay down and get ready for that long work week, tune in to Matty B. and he'll set everything straight. Don't want Harper to hurt in the outfield, so he needs to stay at first. The Goobler. He called him the Goobler. Oh, that's great. Uh, but yeah, make sure you guys definitely tune in for them. Let me get Maddie's face off of here. There you go. All right, guys. Right now, we are going the Broad Street bottom line. Bottom line was this: Ranger Suarez, over 6 innings, scattered 7 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts, no walks. That was enough for the Phillies. He did his job today. He did not deserve the outcome that he got. That is the bottom line. Broad Street bottom line with this. Here we go. Hubert Gaffney Racing Stables. They tried behind Razor today, which was encouraging, but the pole management, there's a glaring hole. They wreck Luzardo's stats and possibly his arm. Leave Hoskins gone. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you with the Reese Hoskins thing. I think it would be kind of cool, but it wouldn't. Like if Reese was like batting 320 and had like 15 home runs right now, and they were talking about moving on from him, hey, okay, cool. But to me, he still looks like the same player that left out of here, except, he had a really good game yesterday with his 3 home runs. Now, or with his 2 home runs. So I don't know. As far as Loaiza, pitchers, that's going to happen to a pitcher every now and then. I'm interested to see how he bounces back coming from that. So again, if we're going by everything, as far as if I can go off memory here, because Rangers started Tuesday, which means he would have got to start today. So it'd be Christopher Sanchez, also Zach Wheeler, and then Mick Abel. They're your 3 starters, and it looks like, I believe, because they're putting Taiwan back in the bullpen. So they look like your 3 starters up in Toronto for that 3-game series. So again, I'm not discouraged about Jesus Loaiza because, to be honest with you, if he goes out and throws 7 shutout innings the next time he's out there, his ERA is going to drop right back down. So, I'm not worried about Jesus Loaiza. He was one of the guys that I was very happy that they were able to acquire and bring here to Philadelphia. I felt like he could definitely help this team. And now, hopefully, this isn't just a spot start for Mick Abel. I'm hoping that they put this kid in the rotation because not only did he have a great game against Pittsburgh where he outdueled Paul Skeens, he also went back down to the minors and also had another great game. So the Phillies got some work to do ahead of them going into Toronto. But before we get out of here, guys, I'm going to take you guys down on the farm. That's right, on the Phillies farm. Right here, guys, we're going to go over some of the guys going from low A ball all the way up to AAA. We have our players of the week. Starting down in the Florida Coast League, manager is Sean Williams. Team overall records 1-3 overall. They are 5-15 this season. But the fielder of the week is Aurelio Farabus. He's a catcher. 5 games, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. And then Juan Amarante, 1 game, 3 innings, 3 home runs, 4 Ks, 1 walk, 5.40 ERA. They are your players for the week for the Florida Coast Phillies. Moving up to the Clearwater Thrashers, low A ball. Team record for this week was 5-0. So they had a good week down there in Clearwater. Overall record is 28-21. Eduardo Tate, also catcher, 6 games, 8 hits, 5 runs, 1 homer, 10 runs batted in over this past week. Ryan Deggs, 1 game, 1 win, 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 7 Ks, no walks, 0.00 ERA. Good week for the Thrashers as they are 5-0 this week. Moving up now to Jersey, the Jersey Shore Blue Calls, their record not so good this week, 1-5, 17-30 overall. Their manager is Greg Brodinski. Carson DeMartini, shortstop, 7 games, 7 hits, 7 runs, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. He is our fielder of the week up there. And Mavis Graves, 1 game, it was no walks, or no, 1 game, no wins, 5 and a third, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, 2 walks with a 3.38 ERA down there in the Jersey Shore for those Jersey Shore Blue Calls. In Reading, Al Pedrique is your manager up there for the Reading Fighting Phils. Team record this week, 3-2, 17-29 overall. Cade Fargas, outfielder, 6 games, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 homer, 1 RBI. Luke Russo, 2 games, 1 win, 10 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 8 Ks, 4 walks, a 4.50 ERA. They are your players of the week in Reading. And last but not least, we're going to take a trip up to Allentown. That's right. Anthony Contreras is your manager up there. Overall record 3-1. This week's record 3-1. Overall record 38-16 for the Iron Pigs. They're playing really good ball up there. Of course, fielder of the week, Otto Kemp, another one. It looks like it's third baseman. 5 games, 4 hits, 5 runs, 1 home run, 5 RBIs for Otto this week. He should be up in Philadelphia. I do not know why he is not up here. And the pitcher of the week, well, guess what, guys? We get to see him on Thursday. Mick Abel, 2 games, 1 win, 10 and 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 16 Ks, 7 balls, a 0.84 ERA. And ladies and gentlemen, that is why he will be making the start for the Fighting Phils coming up this Thursday. So, again, there is your Down on the Farm report. Special thanks again to Matty B. Guys, you don't know, but Matty puts his heart and soul into going and doing that. He also does the same thing for the Flyers. He makes our job a lot easier. So I always try to give Matty credit where credit is due on that. Here we go. All right. We're going to continue on with your comments here. He said they left him in to save Romano, Kingery, and Sam. We know they're okay. Yes, let's go to the farm. Yeah. You know what? Hubie, I'm going to call you Hubie because I'm not going to go saying that whole name. So, Hubie, you are right. But we've been preaching this. If you've been watching our telecast after every one of these games, whether it's myself, whether it's Matty B, whether it's Al, Steve, and Pat, we've been clamoring to start bringing some of these young guys up. And you know what? It started now. You know, they brought up what was his name? Seth. Somebody said it earlier. Where was it? Seth Johnson. They finally brought him up. Okay, now they're going to bring up Mick Abel. If you're going to be keeping that, I'm sorry. Like, if I'm the Phillies, I need Bryce Harper to let me know. Like, do we need to put you on and retroact it so you can move off of it? And let's bring Otto Kemp up. Like, I'm tired of hearing, oh, well, we got to hold on to him because they don't want to show him because of trade value. Well, I'm sorry. Like, bringing him up for a few games is not. It's a little sample size. You know what I mean? He's not going to be up here like should we wait until September to try to bring him up? Like, no, bring him up now. If he does anything, that's only going to advance his stock. I don't think his stock can drop over a small sample size. And this is what this is typical Phillies. I feel like trying to get more for certain players than really what they're worth. And it's not a bad thing, but it's also frustrating because you look around Major League Baseball and you have organizations that you just scratch your head and know that they are head and shoulders better than the Phillies in the minor leagues. They're head and shoulders better. The Dodgers are better. The Braves are better. The 2 teams I laugh and joke and say are the biggest choke teams of all time, they got way better farm systems. If you look at it, if somebody on the Dodgers goes down, they got somebody coming right up and plugging right into play. Same thing with the Braves. For the longest time, St. Louis, the Cardinals, same way. You know, I'm starting to see now, like around baseball, man, these minor leagues are getting a lot better, and the Phillies are just when are we going to have that guy that we can go, oh, okay, he went down, Harper went down. All right, let's plug in our best prospect and have him come up and switch the lineup around, and he contributes. I can't remember the last time there was one that did that other than back in the Burrow and Jimmy Rollins and Chase Utley era Ryan Howard. Like Ryan Howard was probably the only one, but he probably spent about 5 years too much in the minor leagues. So it's crazy. Hubie says, oh, they left him in. Yep. Star was saying, oh, can't make this up. Thanks, Turner. And that's why you're the worst. Yeah, that error was costly. And of course, let's not forget the lack of hitting with runners in scoring position. Again, that's been a common theme all year. All year. This has been a common theme with this Phillies team for the last 4 years. They don't hit with runners in scoring position. They were starting to get a little better, playing a little bit of small ball. They're not now. Like, this is the time the Phillies got to play small ball. To be honest with you, Bohm's not hitting. Real Muto's really not hitting. Castellanos is not hitting. Okay? Bohm. Oh, yeah, I did say Bohm, right? Bohm, Castellanos, Real Muto, Turner. Like, Turner had a good month, but I'm sorry. Like, today, if you watch the replay of this game, watch how many times in these middle innings, I'll say from the third inning on, watch how many times you'll see these guys swinging the first pitches. I mean, Castellanos is known for it. But swinging the pitches, getting themselves out. I can count 5 times today between Turner, Bohm, Castellanos, and Real Muto. They're getting themselves out. You know what I mean? It's time to put Turner back in the 2-hole. I don't want him leading off. He's not a leadoff hitter. It's just that plain and simple. It's just that plain and simple. And I'm sorry, JT's going to – I'd have Bohm batting 7th. Like I said, you couldn't have done any worse. You know who I would have put in third, batting third today? In all honesty, Amundo Sosa. He makes contact with the ball. You want a contact hitter up there. You have Stott, Turner, put Sosa third because he's a contact hitter. Sosa doesn't – it's very rare that he doesn't make contact, but he makes it. Bohm is horrible. Like, the first inning, he comes up. You got runners on, and he whiffs. He strikes out. I'm not comfortable with Alec Bohm and JT Realmuto right now. Now, Realmuto knocked in a run today. But Bohm? No. If you're going to do that, like I said, to me in this lineup, there's no difference between Alec Bohm and Weston Wilson. There's really not. They're the same player. The only difference is they give Bohm more of a chance to play. Like, Weston Wilson can play third, which I don't know if a lot of you guys know this. He played third for the Iron Pigs. So he's very familiar with third base. You're going to put him in the lineup, they're the same guy. They're the same guy. So that's my rant about those guys. Don Frankenberger checking in. It says, it's been a while since we had a strong minor league system. Took them some time, but the Phil's brass definitely turned it around. They have. I just feel like sometimes, Donnie, that they put too much stock in their farm system. We got some good players coming up. But to be honest with you, there's a couple players that are down there right now that need to be on this major league roster. Because the Phillies have no bench whatsoever. If Kepler, like today, they had Kepler, between Kepler and Rojas and Marsh, like, to be honest with you, by trade deadline, I'd like to see Bohm and Marsh off this team. And if you have to trade Taijuan Walker with them to try to get a solid bullpen arm, do it. I don't think Otto Kemp coming up to the Phillies can do any worse than what Alec Bohm is doing. He's not driving in runs. They're paying him to drive in runs. They're paying Castellanos to drive in runs. They're just not doing it. Star Wars checking in, says Turner gets paid too much. Well, that's the Phillies' problem. They're the ones that offered him that 13-year contract. I'm sick of our players telling us how good other teams' players are. They are turned by Thompson's mindset. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that, Hubie. To be honest with you, at the end of the day, players are going to play. You know what I mean? The manager can only do like in-game decisions about what pitcher is going to come in and maybe what player he wants to take in and out. But once he writes that lineup card, the player's got to go execute. I'm tired. I mean, it's okay to question the decision Robbie does, but it's not okay to blame him because the lineup that he puts on the field is not producing. The guys, like I said this morning on P&M and the AM, I'm tired of it. Every team in baseball has a lineup to where at all, certain times of the year, the whole lineup is clicking, except for the Phillies. It's only ever 2 or 3 guys that's got to carry this team. Okay? June's coming. So it's going to be Schwarber, and who else is going to get hot? Maybe Turner, maybe Castellanos. To me, again, it's never a full thing. It's never a full team. Like I would love to see the Phillies when they get into these series later on in this month when they got to play the Mets, and you got to play San Diego. Okay, I want to see how, I think they got another one with Atlanta. They got Atlanta coming up again. I want to see how this Phillies team, firing on all cylinders, can match up with these other teams. Not going in there with just 1 or 2 guys, bringing the team on. They scored 1 in the first and 1 in the first 2 innings, then nothing. Boom, missed the first pitch. Yeah, I've been sitting here saying it. Stadium Marsh, every at bat 0-1, never swing. The Phillies beat themselves. Well, no offense, man, but I'm pretty sure when you were taught going all the way back to, I'm going to stop you right there. You're taught since Little League, you don't swing until you get a strike. So, it says J-Team game plan never changes. It is sold by Mets on X to every other team and get rid of Weston Wilson errors. I mean, listen, I can't tell you guys how to feel. All I can tell you is this: that this Phillies team better wake up out of it now. You went in looking really, really good leading up into this, into last Thursday. And then from last Thursday on, man, you guys are looking like the bad news bears. So they need to get it together. Once again, guys, we got you covered here on It's a Wrap Sports. The Fighting's final starting Tuesday. That's right. Big Steve will be in the house. He will have you guys covered after game 1. Pat will have you covered after game 2. And myself will have you covered after game 3. And I will also be game numero uno. So you will have me Thursday and Friday of this weekend or this week. As I will be on here for game 1 of the Pirate series. With that being said, we're going to go around the bases. Alrighty, guys, let's get it going. In Arlington today, it was the Rangers 8, the Cardinals 1. In hot Atlanta, the Red Sox beat the Braves 3-1. In Baltimore, it was the Orioles over the White Sox 3-2. In Toronto, it was the Blue Jays 8, the Athletics 4. In Flushing, that's right, your new first place Mets. That's right, the New York Mets are now 1 game ahead of the Phillies as they defeat the Rockies 5-3. In Cleveland, it was the Guardians beating the Angels 4-2. In South Florida, it was the San Francisco Giants 4, the Marlins 2. In Houston, a pitcher's duel in Houston today as the Astros win 1-0. Also in Kansas City, it was the Tigers also winning by a score of 1-0 over those Royals. In the top of the 9th right now in Wrigley, it is the Cubs 7, the Reds 2, and in the top of the 4th inning out in Arizona, it is the Diamondbacks 3, the Nationals 0. Bottom 4 in Seattle right now, it is no score between the Twins and the Mariners. And just in about 10 minutes in San Diego, the Pirates and the Padres kick off. And of course, guys, tonight, Yankees, Dodgers. That's right. Yankees and Dodgers will square off in their series out there at Chavez Ravine. So there you have it, guys. Again, Phillies fall today to the Milwaukee Brewers. Again, they get swept out, and they're now out of first place. So now they are 1 game behind those New York Mets. But hey, As one, as it was to say, as one door closes, another one should open. June is now here. Hopefully, Kyle Schwarber can have the Kyle Schwarber June as in years past, and hopefully, this pitching staff can get it right starting Tuesday night up there in Toronto, guys. I want to thank you guys for commenting and giving me all your input here on the Fightins Final. I am Mike Laura. I will see you guys Thursday night. That's right, Thursday. I will see you guys then. Until then, have a good night. Again, Phils lose 5-2. Milwaukee brings in the brooms. We'll see you later. Don't forget Matty B too tonight, 10:30. The final word. Tune in to the Chief. This way you can make sure you can give him some love too. All right. Thank you guys. I'll see you then.